Hey guys, it's Coley, and today I'm going to be doing a review slash demo for you guys on the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat foundation and powder. And I'm also going to be kind of reviewing the matte finish spray because I'm going to be using that as well. So these are three products that are supposed to mattify your face. So let's just get on with it. So I ordered this online and I really hope that this shade works because I've had so much issues with ordering things online and with shades and my skin and yada yada. But this is the lightest shade. It's ivory, and I noticed that 3 of the foundations that I use that work for me all have ivory in the name, so that's why I picked this one out. And it actually looks a little bit lighter than my other foundation. So the NYX foundation comes in a tube, and it's like a squeeze tube top like this. So it says it is oil-free, water-based, full coverage, mineral enriched, and it says that it has a matte finish. I've already primed my face, so I'm just going to go ahead, put the foundation on, see what this is all about. I haven't even tested it yet, so this is going to be like a first impressions slash demo, and then I'm going to use the powder and the spray. So it's quite a thick consistency. I don't think I've ever used a foundation that looked this thick. Like, it's picking up a lot. Oh boy, this is like super duper light. Could it be possible that I found a foundation too light for my skin? I don't know. Oh. So it's very thick. It's not really blending out real easy, and I do have primer on my face. I don't know about this, guys. Look at... This is very, very thick. I'm not really sure if I like the consistency. It's kind of easier to blend with my fingers, actually, than the brush. So, I don't think it's the brush. I do think it's the foundation, but I'm going to use my fingers. And actually, that's a lot easier applying. Like, the thickest foundation that I've ever used is the Revlon Color Stay. And this is like a bajillion times thicker than that. Try to get this evenly applied. I don't mind how it's turning out on the skin, but it's a little bit difficult. Okay, I think that's as good as we're gonna get. Okay, so that's the liquid, if you want to call it liquid. It's more like a cream, so very thick. Interesting. So onto the powder. So the shade I got is Ivory, again, same shade. And it flips. Oh, I knew it was going to do that. Lost my sponge. So it flips up and it has the vented bottom where the little sponge that it comes with resides. So I'm going to use the sponge and see what this powder is all about. Now, I don't have particularly dry skin, and I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's making me even look kind of dry up here, which, I mean, it is mattifying, but I don't want to look dry, so I hope the matte finish spray is not like too much matte. In terms of coverage, the powder does give a little bit more coverage, you know, over the foundation. But the foundation's coverage is weird. I don't know if it's just because the shade might be too light, but it makes me look kind of like dry and patchy. This is where I get oily, is on my chin, so really press the powder in there. And it looks pretty good on my chin, which is where I'm oily, so maybe only use this on the oily areas, or maybe this will be good for like really oily skin or something. And for some reason I cannot lift this thing. I have to flip it. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do it. Onto the spray. I think I'm gonna do my makeup and then do the spray, or should I do the spray first? I'll just do the spray first. So the matte finish spray is a lightweight, basically it's a setting spray. It's supposed to perfect your face, mattify it, and yada yada. Hold the bottle about 10 to 12 inches away from face and mist evenly. So I'm gonna mist this thing on my face. Okay. And it's said to like dab off excess powder or excess spray. So I'm just gonna dab it with this spongy. I'm gonna spray a little more up on my forehead just to see if it'll make that dry look go away. And it did kind of help the dry look a little bit, but we'll see how this holds up. Okay, so that is my face with the foundation, powder, and setting spray on. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and come back to you. Okay guys, so I finished doing the rest of my makeup, and overall, the foundation's okay. I like kind of how it is from here down. My forehead is kind of dry, so it's kind of emphasizing any dryness. So I would not recommend for dry skin right off the bat. It doesn't seem like it's going to work, but my chin area is really, really oily, and I like how it looks down there. So I'm going to leave this foundation on for the rest of the day and see how it holds up. It's 10:36 a.m. right now. So I guess I'll check back in a few hours and then at the end of the day, and we'll see what my final consensus is about the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Liquid Foundation Powder and Matte Finishing Spray. I didn't spray any more of the finishing spray on my face just because I don't want it to get any more matte. It's definitely matte, so it does kind of hold up to that claim, but we'll see you guys in a few hours. Hey guys, I'm back. It's almost 2:15, so it's been about 3.5 hours. So far, not so good. The foundation up on my forehead looks super dry and flaky. Around like my under eye area and like nose, it looks like it's sitting on top of the skin. It's just really emphasizing my lines and pores like crazy. So it hasn't even been 4 hours. I'm going to go ahead and repowder and respray and see if that helps. And I guess I look matte, but not in a good way. Like, it's hard for me to explain. I've never really encountered this before, but it's like sitting on top of my skin. I'm going to take some pictures and see if I can get this for you guys, but I'm going to respray and see if that helps. I'm just not really loving how this looks up close. From far away it looks good and you look matte, but I don't really like how it's feeling on the skin either. Like, at first it was not heavy feeling, even though it was like a really thick formula. So I thought it was going to be good, but it's starting to just feel like I'm wearing a mask that has grease under it. I can like feel it, especially around my chin area. So I just repowdered and resprayed 2:15. So I'm going to let a few more hours go by and see what happens. Hey guys, it's Coley, and I am here for my last update of the day. It's a little after 6. It's been almost 8 hours, at least 7.5 hours, with the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat foundation, powder, and then the matte setting spray on. I can't really speak for the setting spray considering the foundation and the powder is supposed to be mattifying. I'm not sure if this helped it at all. It was already matte to begin with, so I'm not really sure how this works. I'm going to try it with some other foundations to kind of compare and see how it performs with that. I really want to try this with the Revlon Nearly Naked and then my L'Oreal True Match, so I'm going to see if this really does mattify. So this has to be further tested. The powder, I know in conjunction with the liquid, it definitely mattifies. My face doesn't really look shiny at all, but in combination, it makes my skin look really old, and I'll show you pictures. I am 22 years old and my skin should not look so wrinkly and porous. Like, it really just emphasizes pores. Any dry patches it like clings to, so dry skin, stay away. This might work for really oily skin or possibly for the summer. It is very thick, but I have to say that it doesn't feel thick on the face. There was a while after my nap when I woke up where it felt like it was sitting on my skin. After I repowdered, I ended up going for a walk, and I did break into a little bit of a dewy sweat, which usually starts to break down my foundation when I like go out and when I'm active. But it actually, I think it helped control some of the oil, so that's a plus. So maybe for really oily skin, this might work. The only thing with this being like a summer foundation for me is that the shade is already a tad too light, so it's not going to work because I do get a little bit darker in the summer. Not much, but I do get a little bit of color, and it's going to be way too light, so that I'm like kind of like epic fail. I have learned my lesson not to buy foundation online anymore, and to just, if I can't get to the store, just forget about it, because you really need to like see in person how shades are going to look on your skin. Just because it's ivory doesn't mean that it's going to be a perfect match. More about the liquid, or I don't even like calling this liquid, it's like a thick cream. And I guess I'll show you guys just so you get another feel for this stuff, since I'm probably not going to be using it that much. I'm not wasting it, but that's how thick it is. Look at that. Really thick, and I'll just show you how it blends out. So it does have some pretty good coverage, I have to say. Like, my redness is not really like showing through as it normally would be at this point in the day. Like, I find other foundations, even though I like them better, after like 6 or so hours they do start to break down. And this one, I mean, it just kind of looks, I don't know, it makes my skin look older. That's the only thing. Like, I really wanted to love this, but I just can't. But I think possibly for oily skin this might be like really good. I have like combo dry / oily skin. Like, I have dryness up here, and sometimes my cheeks are a little dry, but then here will be really oily. So yeah, my skin's weird like that. So this foundation did not work for combination dry, oily skin. The powder definitely didn't help the foundation look any better, so combined, I don't really like these. I'm going to try this with other foundations though to see how it performs. So overall, my review on these two is kind of to be determined. Used with the liquid foundation, I don't like them. So not a big fan of this, probably wouldn't recommend it. There's a lot better foundations out there. I haven't found a foundation that makes me this matte looking. So it does actually make your skin matte, but it makes it look old. So I don't think that's what a lot of people are going for. I'm kind of sad about this. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this review has been helpful. If anything, I hope you take away from this video not to buy liquid foundation online. Thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great day, and we'll see you soon.